And with great pleasure, joining us now, White House Deputy Chief of Staff, James Blair. James, welcome back to the show. All right, so you heard what the president had to say today. Give me your roundup. Give me your message. Help me out here. What is James Blair saying?
Look, it's very simple. The Democrats have to reopen the government. They're the ones that closed it, and they're the ones that are keeping it closed. And there's been a lot of attention on health care, but the Democrats are not being honest about how we got here. So I'm going to explain how we got here. Several years ago, when the Democrats had the trifecta in Washington, when Joe Biden was the president, and they controlled the House and they controlled the Senate, they voted once, not once, but twice, for these insurance subsidies that they're talking about to be temporary. They are the ones that set the clock on these to expire. So they are asking us to fix something that they broke to begin with. Second point, back when we did the working families tax cut package over the summer, the big reconciliation bill, the House passed a provision in its version of the bill in May called the Cost Sharing Reduction Program. It would have saved the U.S. taxpayers $3 billion a year and lowered all of the premiums for people that are on the Obamacare exchanges. The Democrats in the Senate went to the Senate parliamentarian, lobbied the parliamentarian to knock that provision out of the bill, which would have brought premiums down for everybody, and then they bragged about it. And the reason they did that was they wanted to set this up right now. They wanted to bank on the American people, not knowing that they're the ones that broke this. They are the ones that prevented us from lowering health care premiums just a few months ago, and now they want us to fix it. And here's the good news. As the president said, he wants to have a conversation about health care. He's willing to. He's working for the American people, but they cannot hold the American people hostage. They have to reopen the government so we can get back to work and start working on the details of how we can resolve this issue. It's that simple.
It's a great narrative, James. I like it, well put. And look, even the Washington Post today is very interesting. Even the Washington Post today said that the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act was never affordable, and that these add-ons the Democrats want would make it even less affordable and hence much more expensive, and we can't have that. But look, you've got a pay date coming up, I believe October 15th. Military, many people in the military be working without pay. Is that a marker? Is that something we should be looking at?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that, and first of all, as the president said, he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that our troops are paid and paid in full when the Democrats reopen the government. He doesn't think that the Democrats should be able to withhold their pay. We're going to have a pay period on the 8th where some people are going to miss a partial paycheck already because there's a couple of pay periods in the federal government that's already come and gone. And then on the 15th, basically everyone's going to miss a paycheck. The pain is going to increase on the American people. And the president has really tried to mitigate the painful effects as much as he can, but there comes a point where it's beyond our control. The accounts are running dry. We are running out of cash. They have to fund the government. And so we're just asking them to get on with it, stop inflicting pain on the American people, and let's get back to work. And you mentioned healthcare costs. Why are they so expensive? The Democrats do want illegals to have free health care in this country. They have set up programs that allow health care for free health care for illegals in this country. They want us to repeal. One of their demands to reopen the government is to repeal our common sense health care reforms that we did over the summer. You know what one of those is? We, for the first time, said we're going to make sure that dead people, deceased people, are removed from the Medicaid rolls so that criminals can stop stealing their Social Security numbers and illegally getting their benefits, which was happening. It costs the federal government billions of dollars a year. The Democrats don't want us to do that. They don't think that's common sense. I mean, you wonder why health care is so expensive? It's because the Democrats want waste, fraud, and abuse. They want illegal immigrants to have free health care. They want criminals to be able to steal. They want insurance companies to get extra subsidies and be able to inflate their profits. That's what we're fighting against.
All right. James Blair, I want to, last one for you. We appreciate your time. I want you to listen to Governor Pritzker of Illinois. You know, we talked a few weeks ago about inciting violence. I just want you to listen. This is on a separate subject, but there are insurrections going on around this country, spawned by Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and the Democratic Party, blue state governors and mayors. Now, here's what Pritzker said today. Take a listen, please, James.
Let me be clear. Donald Trump is using our service members as political props. and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities. The state of Illinois is going to use every lever at our disposal to resist this power grab and get Noam's thugs the hell out of Chicago.
Get Noam's thugs the hell out of Chicago. You know, a couple weeks after the tragic murdering of Charlie Kirk, if that kind of rhetoric doesn't incite violence, I don't know what does. I mean, he has some nerve saying that, James. I mean, any even-handed, objective American. This is just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. You probably heard it today, but I wanted you to chance to react to it here.
It's despicable. JB Pritzker should be ashamed of himself. Every Democrat should be. What they're trying to do is dehumanize their political opponents, people they disagree with, in the hopes that somebody will act upon that dehumanization. Let's talk about what we just saw this past weekend in Virginia. There is a Democrat candidate running for Attorney General, top law enforcement officer of Virginia. And it has come out that he sent text messages around fantasizing about the murdering of a Republican legislator, his wife, and his children. And it wasn't a fleeting thought. It was an extended conversation where he doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down. Guess what? Abigail Spanberger, their candidate for governor, has not withdrawn her support. The Virginia Democratic Party has not withdrawn their support. The Democrat Attorney General's Association has not withdrawn their support. JB Pritzker has not condemned it. So if someone who is ostensibly going to be in charge in law enforcement of this country is going to openly talk about murdering their political opponents. And he also said, by the way, if more cops got killed, then there would be less problems with the police. So this is a man who's saying violence is the only answer. And you have the entire Democrat Party who has rallied around this individual. Nobody's condemning him. They're all standing with him. And I think that tells you where their party is right now.
It is despicable. And they will pay a price for it, James Blair. They will. And it's pretty awful stuff. Anyway, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy chap. We appreciate having you on, as always.
Thanks for having me.